Raise your hand if this sounds familiar. You post something on social media, then completely forget about it until 3 days later you realize you have 12 unread comments and 8 DMs sitting in your inbox. What if I told you that you could stay on top of your social media management in just 15 minutes a day, plus one weekly session that takes about 30 minutes? So here's what happens when you don't have a system. You miss opportunities to connect with potential customers, you look unprofessional answering comments and DMs weeks later, and you have no idea what's working in your social media strategy. But once you create a simple daily and weekly routine, everything will change. You will become more responsive, more consistent, and way more strategic with your social media. And the best part is, it only takes 15 minutes a day. Let me walk you through the 15-minute daily social media routine. You can do this every morning with your coffee, so it sets you up for success for the entire day. Task number 1, check and respond to DMs. Start with your direct messages across all platforms. These have the highest priority because someone took time out of their day to personally reach out to you. Respond to every DM, especially when you are still a smaller account. Even just a thank you or a double tap for a heart. People want to know that there's a real person behind the account. Task 2 is review and respond to comments. Go through yesterday's post and respond to comments. This is crucial for 2 reasons. It shows you care about your audience and it tells the algorithm that your content is engaging. Even simple responses like great tip or thank you for sharing your opinion make a difference. Task 3 is engage with others. So spend a couple of minutes to genuinely engage with other accounts in your industry or your customers' ideal content. Be sure to leave thoughtful comments and not just emojis. This isn't about getting new followers, it's about building relationships and being visible in your community. And last but not least, task 4 is a quick content check. If you have content scheduled for today, quickly review it to make sure it still makes sense and it feels relevant. Sometimes what you scheduled last week or even before that doesn't feel right for the mood today or current events. The key to this daily routine is consistency. Sometimes you only have 10 minutes, other days you will have time to spend 20 minutes on this routine. The important thing is showing up every day. As I already said, you can do this routine while drinking your morning coffee. You can also do it in the evening. Make sure to choose a time that fits for your schedule. The important thing is picking a time and sticking to it. And for example, if you do the routine in the evening, make sure the task number 4 content check is for the next day. Now let's move on to the weekly checklist, the 30-minute strategy session. Once a week, I personally recommend Friday afternoons. Once again, choose a time that works for your schedule. Spend about 30 minutes doing a deeper dive into your social media strategy. So task number 1, analytics review. Take 10 minutes and look at the analytics from this past week. But don't get overwhelmed by all the numbers. Focus on these key questions. Which posts got the most engagement and what do they have in common? What type of content performed worst and why might that be? And are your follower numbers moving in the right direction? Task number 2, content planning review. This task takes about another 10 minutes and just look at your content calendar for the upcoming week. Do you have everything planned and ready to go, or does anything need to be adapted based on what you learned through your analytics? If you're using my content strategy system that I explained in a previous video, this step should be fairly quick. The next task is a 5-minute competitor check. So spend a few minutes to look at what your competitors or industry leaders are posting. Not to copy them, but to stay aware of trends and conversations in your space. What topics are they covering and what's getting good engagement in your industry right now? The last task is a 5-minute goal check-in. Ask yourself, how is social media serving my business? Am I getting sales? Am I getting inquiries? Are people visiting my website? And are people signing up for my email list? If social media isn't moving the needle for your business, it might be time to adjust your strategy. The weekly check-in is where you shift from reactive to proactive. Instead of just responding to what happened, you are planning for what you want to happen next week. I also have a bonus task for you that takes about 1 hour each month. Complete audit of your social media presence. The monthly deep dive should include a review of your bio to make sure it's still accurate. Look at all your recent posts as a whole. Do they tell a consistent story? Check your links to make sure they are still working, and review your hashtag strategy. Are you using the most efficient ones? This monthly reviews helps to see the forest and not just the trees. It's easy to get caught up in daily posting and miss the big picture on how your social media is evolving. Now, this is my recommended system, but you need to make it work for you and your business. If you're only active on one platform, you might be done with this routine in 10 minutes a day. If you are active on many different platforms, you might need 20 minutes per day. And if you're just starting out, focus on the daily tasks first, and when that becomes a habit, add the weekly review. As I already said, the key is consistency, not perfection. It's better to spend a couple of minutes a day than to spend an hour each week trying to catch up. I promise you, once this becomes a habit, managing your social media will feel much easier for you. You will be more responsive, more strategic, and way less stressed about the whole thing. If this checklist helped you, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more simple social media systems that actually work. And be sure to check out the content strategy system if you want to have all your content neatly organized. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.